So after getting that Lancelot of the Lake figure, I started looking for the other ones, and I found one, and it was a good price on eBay because it's missing a piece. And so I decided to go for it. It's this big guy, Takeda Shingen. Although I've seen it also called, what was it, Tiger of the Sky, or Tiger of the Air, something like that. But I guess we'll just go with Takeda. Who cares? But man, I don't care what it's called. It's beautiful. Like, it's, I feel less apprehensive of touching this one just because it's not white. Red and black and gold is a friggin' fabulous color scheme. Got no problem with that at all. I don't know if this was the first one that came out or not, but it doesn't really matter. If it is, they went out like swinging, because this thing is also gorgeous in every respect, and it has quite a bit of metal. This guy, I think, is heavier than the other one I have. It feels heavier anyways. But everything is just top notch. I love the skirts. Just everything about this thing is amazing. It should have LEDs in the head. Unfortunately, I don't have batteries that would work, but I love how they get it to work, because it's just a button in the forehead. It's the forehead jewel. Little clicky, clicky, clicky I can hear when I push it. So that's neat. You just have the panel back here. Just gotta yank off the armor piece. And you do have a little hair bit. So if you take this off anyways, you can replace it with the hair. Got a little piece that sticks up on the helmet as well, kind of like the other one. And now you got this really awesome, like, frosted tip fire going on. That is, like, I don't know who's designing these and who's working on these, but they continue to amaze me. And they also didn't skimp on any posability with this thing. It is great. I look at this segmented shoulder armor, like, that's awesome. I love everything about this. Like, they got the joint that comes out here. You can see all the metal inside it. Everything is super tight, just super tight. You got an extra hinge in the wrist. Even the chest has some, look at that bendage. It's got the bends. You can see, look at that. Oh my god, I'm gonna keep saying, look at that. Look at that. But seriously, the paint inside here, which is usually covered up. Spectacular. Skirts are also really good. These can get out of the way. That popped off, but it's just ball jointed. This is probably the thinnest piece, I think, on the figure. Get those out of the way, so the legs have no problem going all the way. Just anywhere you want. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Yeah, I love this thing. It's also got the magnets in the feet, because you can, of course, connect it to the exact same stand, base thing you want to call it. This whole chunk, which is completely metal, it's different from the other one. Just has like a diamonds for some reason. Like the other one has more of a symbol, like shows like a head, so you can tell what it's from. This one, kind of generic, and it comes with the metal stand. You can connect the two if you want to have them on the stand instead of just magnets on the feet. Either are great. Like, they're not, because there's magnets on here too, on this thing. And if you don't like these normal holding hands, don't worry, you got a bunch more. You got opens, you got fists, you got kind of open comm, you got like slanted holding, you got groove holding. It's whatever holding needs you have or want, you are satisfied, trust me. And it's got a pair of small katanas. I mean, you call small, they're average size, but the paint on the sheaths are really nice. So is the paint on the actual blades, with that like folded in paint that they put on there. A lot of like more expensive figures and even models do that. And it's got this little armature that you can just peg onto this hole in this side skirt, either side skirt. But if those kind of regular size katanas aren't your thing, you got an even bigger one. I'll just compare it to the other two. A little different in size. Even more paint. How about as good a blade? And if you take off this little cover, they give you this adapter bit for the back, which will slide this mushroom peg. It's really weird. Actually, I should probably do that first. But it's a little mushroom peg for the sheath. And then you can have your big sword on its back, and you can rotate it on that mushroom peg. So that's nice. Nice to have multiple forms of storage. And I think if it just had like 3 katanas, that's not too bad. The other one I have has the big shield, the lance, and the sword that's in the shield. But you get more. You do get more. You got this weird looking thing with these two end bits. It's got like maybe a spear. I'm not sure what you want to call it. And you got like a double axe. Now the cool thing about these two, they can actually be alternated. So if you want, you can take off one of these, you can take off one of these, and you can have a one-sided axe, and one is longer than the other one. So you can have one in each hand. That's kind of neat. How you can alternate. So I kind of like that. But not just that. If you take that big sword or big katana, you can take off the blade, and then you can slide in there. So now I think that's like a pole arm or a naginata. That's neat. You can do it with either the long blade or the short blade. Doesn't matter. I just love that they give you multiple options for display. That's just pretty unique. I like that, and they lock into place really well. I don't have a problem with them. Yeah, it could change over the years if I do it a lot, which I probably won't. But if I did, and if you don't want the smaller katanas on your mecha, they give you this little stand which has magnets on the bottom, so you can put it on the display base, and they just rest like that. But that's pretty neat. Like there's way too many options with this thing. Like it's hard to think what am I going to do with it? How am I going to display this big bad boy? Because the other one, it had a few options, but I feel this one, they really went to town with the amount of things you can do with all of your accessories. Mount stuff on the back, mount it on the sides. You want to mount it on a stand. You want to combine a blade with the handle here. You want to combine two axe pieces to make a double-sided axe. You can do whatever. It's great. I'm going down a rabbit hole, and my wallet is getting scared.